Hello everyone, I am Colonel D.S. Seema. I am author of this book, I Can, I Shall Win. I am speaking to you on Balle Bolly's author space. You see, I belong to the pre-independence era. I was born in United India and my family moved to Kadia in district Gurdaspur. I did my schooling from there, local school, and I was third in the Punjab University when I passed my matriculation in 1958. After that, I was selected by DAV College, Amritsar, where I moved for my FSc, Faculty of Science, we used to call it. Then I had appeared in the IIT entrance exam and I was selected for IIT Kanpur, where I joined in 1961. During that time, I had also appeared for the IMA entrance exam. When I got selected for IMA, I preferred to move to IMA Dehradun rather than continuing with my engineering studies. And of course, I took premature retirement about year and a half before my actual retirement because I wanted to pursue my passion of education, and this became my second career. I have authored 15 books. I have written 500, 600 articles in all the national dailies. Maybe it is Times of India, Indian Express, Hindustan Times, Tribune, and of course, I have been a regular contributor to Tehelka magazine. I have been the principal of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan's Dayanand College of Communication and Management, Director, Department of Professional Studies at DAV College, Chandigarh, and nowadays I am involved in training, development, and such personal development things. I am involved in these kind of activities presently. You see, the present day youth, they are living in wonderful times. I believe that they have the best opportunity to prove themselves and they can achieve and do anything under the sun they want to do. However, there are many kind of distractions today. During my time, there were no distractions. Today, it is very important for the youth to be able to filter out the unnecessary and undesirable information. You see, every individual is bombarded with so much of information, undesirable and unintended. Everything is being given to the youth. The youth must develop a proper filtering system so that they get only what they want to get and which is good for them. Now, this is what distracts them and they are not able to focus entirely on what they want to achieve. Deciding early years what they want to achieve, what they want from life and how to go about it is very important. Every young boy or girl must be able to do that. You see, I feel that the youth are not used properly because the kind of potential which the youth have, if the government can really focus on that potential and extract the best out of present day youth by offering them the jobs which they really love to do. The job market in India is very tight, there is no doubt about it, but they are not cared as much as one would like to do in a country of our size. There are so many boys and girls who have the potential, but they are not able to achieve that. Now, that is what the government, NGOs and other people must do so that they can realize their full potential. I have always been, fascinated by the uniform. I wanted to become an army officer, but since I was not sure that whether I'll get through the IMA exam or not, I had also appeared in the IIT exam. I got selected there first, and the IMA result came later on. So when the IMA result came and I had made it there, in second year of IIT, I preferred to move to IMA Dehradun. I have been fascinated by the uniform and I feel that there are great people, great soldiers who've done proud the country, and especially after the 1962 debacle, I thought I also must be able to do something for the nation. You see, you can do wonders and serve the nation in any form, but it is a fact that the armed forces are seen as an island of excellence. whether it is the discipline or it is the integrity or it is the compassion and service to the nation, they are doing wonders. And we have classic examples like Field Marshal Manik Shah and Marshal of the Air Force Arjun Singh, and most of it and more important is that heroes like Brigadier Kuldeep Singh Chandpuri, wonderful examples in front of us. Now what better inspiration does one need to be looking at the Battle of Longewal, the Battle of Razangla, in which Major Shatan Singh got the Paramveer Chakra. Now such examples, they inspire you, they motivate you to be able to do something worth for the nation. You see, what the youth don't lack anything, they are much sharper, they are much brighter, and they have great opportunities. But as I said earlier, they are impatient. Now I feel the courage is one of the most important qualities which every young boy or girl must have. It is proportionate to the courage you have that you can expand or shrink your life. So courage, your integrity, compassion, and most of all, humility. Humility, I feel, is the virtue which most of the people, great people who have done wonders, they have. I can quote certain examples of humility, whether you talk about Nelson Mandela, or you talk about Ratan Tata or J.R.D. Tata, and our own Brigadier Kuldeep Singh Chandpuri, whom I happen to know very well. He was such a humble man, but a great hero. So I believe heroes are humble. So this is one of the qualities which one must imbibe. You must have the courage to pursue what you want to do and achieve what you want to achieve in life. You must have the integrity and compassion, and you must be, of course, a very humble person. These are the qualities. In my times, character and value system were given a lot of importance. Most of the teachers and the parents laid a lot of stress on the qualities like discipline, punctuality, honesty, and things like that. Now that emphasis by the teachers as well as by the parents seems to be lacking. So perhaps it is not only the fault of the young boys and girls, it is the fault of the system. In education system, we do not have anything called moral education. In my time, we used to have moral education periods also. So these are few things which today's, and of course patience. They lack patience. They are wanting everything quickly. So these are few things which I feel they are lacking. I have always been wanting to write. I was in 7th or 8th standard when I wrote a small poem for a local Punjabi kind of magazine, Jagriti. And later on, when I joined Armed Forces, I started writing for the college magazines and Combat Journal of College of Combat and things like that. After retirement, I wanted to write because I had the desire to be able to change the system, to make some difference in the system. So I started writing on defense issues. First article that was published was 1994 in Indian Express about motivating a soldier. Now after that I started writing for the newspapers, and then of course first book which I published was in 1999 when a local publisher, they approached me, and my first book was published, How to Get More Done in Less Time, in 1999. After that I wrote Operation Research, which is a 923 pages book which was published by Lakshmi Publishers at Delhi. And then of course I felt that I can make a difference, and when I started writing for the newspaper, I realized that whatever I write is being accepted by the newspapers. So it reinforces your your ability to write, and that is how I continued writing. I have authored 15-16 books now, as I said, starting with How to Get More Done in Less Time. But I got a bit of recognition with one of my books called Knowledge Management, Analysis, Design, and about the book. Now that book, I was pleasantly surprised to find it was available in Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration, Mussoorie library, and they invited me there because of that book. Now these few books which I started writing, then I turned to writing self-help or self-management books. One of the books I have written is about how to unleash your true potential. I have also authored a book on group discussions and interview techniques, how to win at interviews and group techniques. Now, many such books, and something about my experiences in the armed forces. Then how to age gracefully. Aging gracefully is because I had published about 120 articles in Sunset Bollywood of Hindustan Times. I compiled them and put them in the shape of a book called The Aging Gracefully. So these are some of the books which I started writing, and then it continued as my journey of writing. The latest book is I Shall Win. This has recently been released last month only, and this is also a self-help book targeted particularly toward the youth, so that the youth understand what they had to do. I was surprised that whatever I wrote, I thought I was from a village school and my background of English language was not that good, but I felt so surprised that whatever I sent to the newspapers initially, the editors and all who had studied in Cambridge and those kind of experts in English language, they did not change even a comma in what I wrote. It encouraged me a lot. I thought that I could write, and then of course the publishers started approaching me that why don't you write on this particular subject, and I felt that yes, I have the ability to write. I believe that everyone has the basic ability to write. It is only that you have to set the ball rolling. Once you start writing, it gets polished over a period of time, and improvement comes on its own as you start writing. So I believe my journey, I have learned and improved whatever I used to write. Good story is when you are authentic, when you don't talk down to the reader. You see, you must come at the level of the reader. You must not talk down to the reader, and be yourself. Don't try to copy a particular style. Don't try to follow that how so and so writes or nothing. You are yourself and write whatever you feel. You write as long as you are sincere and honest to yourself and write from the heart. It will be a good story. Oh, great. Many of them, but I would like to narrate one. It was in 1987. I was commanding a battalion at Leh, EME battalion. Those days there was only one EME battalion and there was only one division there to look after the two adversaries, that is China and Pakistan. A small operation called Operation Trident was planned in 1997 against Pakistan, and we had to move all the equipment and everything across the Khardungla. Khardungla, as you know, is the highest peak, the highest pass, where it is very difficult to cross that road, and our BMPs, the infantry combat vehicles, they had to be moved across Khardungla at a particular night. I got the news that one of the BMPs had got stuck at Khardungla top near the temple. There is a temple on Khardungla top. Near that temple, this BMP had got stuck. My GOC told me at about 1:30 at night that if you are not able to move the BMP by first light, that is by early in the morning, then you ask the BRO people to throw it down the hills. I could not take this. I thought that if I am not able to repair this BMP in next 3-4 hours, the izzat of my battalion, my own respect as a professional soldier would be at stake. So I moved there, and along with my best boys, technicians, Havaldar majors and other technicians, I moved there along with 2-3 captains, and we stayed there throughout the night till at about 7 in the morning. We were able to repair that BMP and the road was cleared. I think that was one of the memorable times I had. At that time, the temperature there was of course -5, -6, -7, and the technicians could not use their tools. So Starting a BMP in that temperature at that time on Khardungla top was a great challenge, and I think anything can be done. And I was able to achieve that. I am so happy that I am narrating this incident now. I always tell the youth that the kind of potential you have, you can do wonders and change the destiny of this nation, provided you know and you think that I am better than I think I am. You must have that kind of confidence. Develop fearless self-confidence in yourself. And perseverance. Perseverance is nothing comes quickly, nothing happens instantly. You have to wait, you have to pursue the thing and be professionally honest. Professional dishonesty, according to me, is the worst form of corruption. And if you really want to contribute something positive to the nation, then you should be professionally very honest. You should have the courage and develop a fearless self-confidence. You see, I would like the youth or young people to remember one thing what Benjamin Franklin said. He said, if you would not be forgotten as soon as you are dead and rotten, then either do things worth writing or write things worth reading. So do things worth writing. If you can, people will be very happy and proud of you. So do that.